Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our Tech Tent presentation here at the Virtual Food Safety Summit 2021. Hopefully, you're having a great show. I'm sure we are as well. I'm recording this, so I'm only making assumptions that we're having a great show. Would love to see all of you in person, but as we all know, the last year and a half has been tough to do that sort of thing. So we'll have to do this digitally and whatnot. One more time, hopefully for the last time. Just for clarity, our Tech Tent presentation is titled Case Study, How to Use Electronic Records, Real-Time Alerts, and Expert Consultation to Drive Your FS&Q Programs. I'm Andy Hanasek. I just joined We Are Food Safety 6 months ago as their Vice President of Communications, but I've worked with them through my provisioner work for the better part of the last decade. Let me tell you a tiny little bit about We Are Food Safety. We Are Food Safety is a food safety software and consulting company. As I mentioned, it's been around for almost a decade. It's been growing lately very quickly. We've been rolling out new portions of our software, FoodSafe Pro. You may have heard of FoodSafe Pro. It is the only food safety software in the industry that is backed by trusted advisors to the food processing industry. We have food safety consultants on staff and available to clients who use the software or to consulting clients who just use our consulting services. We take care of your HACCP plans. We help out with those. We take care of food safety assessments, things along those lines. We help analyze the data that the software pulls in from your process. And generally speaking, we can consult on a wide variety of operational needs. It's not just food safety, though the majority of our clients obviously focus on using us for their food safety needs and challenges. It's worth noting that FoodSafe Pro is obviously a very simple way to take your paper-based record keeping and turn it into an electronic system. There are alerts that happen when deviations occur for many of these different modules of FoodSafe Pro. And again, as I mentioned earlier, we are rolling out new modules, new capabilities for the software all the time. So I want to take the opportunity to bring in my colleague at We Are Food Safety, Matthew Beyer. Matthew is joined We Are Food Safety recently as well, after a long distinguished career with Country Fresh Meats. He is one of the, I guess, early adopters or longtime customers of ours at We Are Food Safety, and he wanted to walk through some of the challenges that Country Fresh Meats had prior to becoming a client of We Are Food Safety and talk about some of the details of how FoodSafe Pro and We Are Food Safety services helped Country Fresh Meats grow and keep their consumers safe at the end of the day. So Matthew, I'm going to bring you in now. Welcome, and I'm going to let you take it away. Why don't you start out with kind of a bit of a history of Country Fresh Meats, if you will, and give our viewers, our listeners, some of that information.
Okay. So I'm Matthew Beyer with with We Are Food Safety. It's hard to change directions sometimes, but we started out as a small meat processing plant that my father and a partner started, and grew it regionally with refrigerated snack sticks throughout Wisconsin, and then to the larger Midwest area, and then to outside the Midwest also with our refrigerated snack items, kind of on the forefront of snacking and convenience stores at the time. During that time period, we were well versed on HACCP plans and so forth, went through training, but the in-depth knowledge that We Are Food Safety brought to us with Andrew Loren's experience with USDA and insight into how the regulations work and inspection works really gave us an upper edge as far as controlling issues that would come up and being ahead of the curve as far as food safety issues. The big thing that we latched onto quickly was the electronic ability of We Are Food Safety software. The ease of using it, the ease of recalling data back from electronic based is much quicker and easier than shuffling through papers, which I'm sure a lot of you have had opportunities to go through and find opportunities where mistakes have been made and addressing those in a timely manner with inspection or within food safety consult or food safety realm of things. You need to do that in a timely manner, and shuffling through papers and having multiple people take time to do a complete shutdown and try and find all the documents needed can be a monumental task, as many of you already know. And what we found is the ease of going through electronically, specifically identifying the issue and being able to track forward and back from that point where the issue occurred, to minimize that footprint of a possible recall or minimize that data mining that we would need to do in papers to try and track everything down, came to a quicker resolution, a quicker resolve at the end, doing it electronically. And the key to being successful as far as moving forward on the food safety part of it is being able to react quickly and resolve issues quickly, so things did not occur that we didn't need to go through any extra steps.
What made you choose We Are Food Safety and Food Safe Pro to help you solve this problem?
The main reason I went with them was because of the knowledge base that they did have there, to be able to quickly answer questions for us, along with the ability of the software to collect all that data and still tie it to the food safety records, so we can tie it exactly to a point where a mistake happened and we can pull it all together quickly.
What were some of the results? What do you have any tangible, clear, obvious results that you can share as to how Food Safe Pro and We Are Food Safety helped Country Fresh grow as large as it did and as quickly as it did?
The main thing was able to find mistakes quickly before inspection found it or others found it. The alert server actually helped us find smokehouse problems. If there was a issue within the oven that we had a temperature drop, we were able to rectify that issue well before inspection even knew about it. We still did corrective actions, we made adjustments, but it helped us be more flexible in our ability to head off the problem before it became a problem. So it reduced recall potential, it reduced wasted product wasted product from not having proper records of it. If you can't prove it, we all know it didn't happen. So if it didn't happen, then we ended up tossing product out. So with the software, we were able to limit those points where we would have waste product going out.
Did it help you at all with, through the expansion of and the growth of the company? Did having the data handy and having the, you always obviously had those records and that information, it was just paper-based per se. Did having it electronically help you in the decision-making process in terms of expanding the company or expanding processing or even selecting equipment or, replacing equipment, things along those lines? Were there any benefits in that respect?
Well, there's tangible benefits in there that you can see, points of production loss. You can address those quicker, instead of trying to bring all these records together and somebody collecting it all and putting it in a format that you can understand. You can quickly do that with the process. You can click waste from the floor in different processes that you can make a decision on quickly or see where there's an issue. Maybe work with individuals more on the processing line to reduce that. It can bring areas of loss into view quicker, that you're able to reduce your loss quicker over time than waiting for a monthly report or something like that. You can constantly check and see where you're doing on those.
Did having these records electronically and having the We Are Food Safety Consulting behind it help you guys save headcount or move people into better positions, things like that?
It necessarily didn't reduce it, but it kept it to a more manageable level. Unfortunately, a big part of our business is food safety, but it doesn't really add to the bottom line of production. So there's value in it, in keeping people safe and keeping ourselves in the right frame of mind moving forward. However, it doesn't necessarily add to the value on the bottom line as far as a product. It's an added cost. So if we can reduce those or keep those within a manageable area, it helps manage that at a quicker pace and takes long hours off of those people also.
So I should mention that, we have a diverse audience in the sense of it's not only meat and poultry processors, right? We have a wide variety of food processors and food FS&Q folks in the audience, some retail, some food service folks, producers, things like that. Given your background and your experience with Food Safe Pro, do you see other food processors being able to take advantage of this? Is it extendable to retail and food service operations, things like that? Or in your opinion, is it a little more built for meat and poultry processors to start and then go from there?
No, it's adaptable to all aspects of the food industry. It's each type of processors, whether it's USDA or FDA or local health inspection, there's food safety records that you need to record and maintain. We actually had a small retail store with our business, and we took quite a few records through our software to maintain that. Once you start using it, it's you use it more and more. So the more in depth, the more information you have, as usual, the more information you get. So, but very adaptable to the FDA process. Also, not all of the necessarily the regulations and forms are relevant, but majority of them are.
Obviously viewers, wearefoodsafety.com is the place to go to find out as much information about this as you can without listening to us, beyond listening to us. It's also worth noting that we are more than willing to share our expertise online. We have a blog. It's foodsafetyexperts.blogspot.com. You can actually get to it from our website as well. And our consultants, our sales folks, everybody who is tied into the industry, we're always sharing our expertise. You can follow us on social media. We're sharing our expertise there. We're also having a little fun on social media as well. So, you know, we are able to reach out to you. We want to be your partner at We Are Food Safety. We don't just come in, install the software, and then say goodbye, have fun. We are there to help out day in and day out with whatever you need in terms of keeping your products clean and safe and keeping your plants clean and helping you kind of weed your way through the regulations that are out there and keeping your consumers safe at the end of the day. So Matthew, I don't know if you have the Food Safe Pro screen available, if you want to share it.
Okay, so this part, this is our tablet software, electronically based. You can see the forms that can be filled out here, new batch fabrication, RTE cooking, equipment maintenance forms we also have on here for preventive maintenance, forms for pretty much every aspect. And the key to this is we put in the program, the HACCP program into the software. It's reviewed by you and our consultants, and we get it so it reads correctly to your process on hand. So we've got all the HACCP plans in here, HACCP forms, excuse me. Annual safety inspection shows the frequency of when these are taken. You can actually set these up. Some forms, like I was hinting to earlier, even hourly, hourly checks, or certain advanced sanitation during COVID. I know a lot of sanitation practices increased during the time periods during production, extra hand sanitizing, being sure PPPs are in place and so forth. You can add forms to that may not be necessarily HACCP, but could fall into GMPs and so forth. You know, and this is due to our meat background. We have slaughter logs and so forth. A lot of these that I'm going to have an example here will have a meat background, but can be adapted to just about any type of food process. We go back to the main page. We can look at works in progress. These will automatically fill in where it's at. Are they done yet? Who signed it? And so forth. So you've got a complete electronic record of what has happened during that time. Job forms, that one's not opening for me right now, but here's also the other programs that are within there that you can have pulled up and show exactly what's going on. A net weight program, line checks, O2 check for modified atmosphere packaging, even pest control can be recorded. So it's all in one place. If you have an outside pest control person, all we need to do is put that data into the electronic format and record it. The other ability that the software has, if you have outside vendors that are doing things for you, you can take pictures of their documents and put them back into electronic format, and then fill out the data that you would need inside what you're using also. I'm not going to go into all these other points here very much, but starting a new batch from beginning of processing through lethality, fabrication, we can add all of your data in on a certain product, so you know exactly what's going in there. That can be in a readily available form for your coworkers on the floor, so they can review if need to. They can't necessarily make changes to it, but they're able to review if they have a question on the process and so forth. They can look at that, and then monitoring of temperatures, going through the thermal process or cooler temperatures, meat product temperatures are all can be monitored throughout the system at different points. And then actually receiving and shipping would be there also for that complete tie-in. And then you have accurate records going out from production to the shipping, and you've got accurate records coming in when products are getting checked in for receiving also.
Matthew, is there any last little bit tidbits or last bits of information that you wanted to share? Any last words for our viewers?
No, I just think the one part is that it's a complete system that ties everything together is what really helped us out at that point and gave us the ability to look at things a little bit differently in more of a management aspect. And then the other big thing would be the ability to pull records quickly together and stay ahead of issues when they do pop up.